Good morning, everybody. Wow, look at all these people we got here this morning. How we doing, guys? Everybody hear me okay? Good morning, Miss Kay. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Miss Cynthia. Can you guys hear me? Good morning, Richard. Today is my dad's 80th birthday, so we'll be celebrating later. Woot, woot. Let me move this light around since that is just staring into everybody's eyes. Oh, that is much better. Yes. All righty. Miss Denise Kidder's here this morning. Wow, thank you. Let's see if we can get our light any better. All righty, let's get the let's get my jerry rig system going here. My professional office studios. Hey, there's Rob live. Look at that, people. All righty. Can you guys hear me okay? I always get nervous when I can't hear myself. Dean says I'm driving, so I can't answer anyone who says hello. I'm voice texting, so all I can do is pretty much listen. Rob, the Slob Silver Seeker. Good morning, Mr. Dalton. Yes, he is. All righty. All right, we've got it up on the second computer. Hey, I can hear myself. Rob had his best month ever for silver last month. So, good morning, Nick Haas. It's been raining here all week. It's been a crummy week for metal detectorists to hunt. Not here, Kay. It is hotter than hell. Good morning, Nick. Nick, I got your package the other day, sir. We're going to be showing that this morning. I appreciate you sending that. I guess you remember me saying or something that I like finding canning jar lids. So thank you very much. And those 2 3-ringers are absolutely beautiful. Like I say, we'll be showing those a little bit later in the day. Let me see if I can get this light a little better. Oh yeah, that's much better. I know I'm sitting in the dark now. So guys, we're going to run from 9 to 11 today. Wow, we went from 3 people to 12 just like that. Boom. Mr. Florida Knox, Mr. Nick, Treasure Hunting with Swifties here. Good morning. Finders Beepers, aka Corey's here. Good morning, Mr. Corey. Dirt Trolling Troy. Wow, we've got all 3 of the 3 amigos here, Dalton, Troy, and I. Wow. That's still too loud in the background. We'll go down to 8. There we go. All right, that's good. Good morning, Robert from Las Vegas. Troy is a bum. Okay, it's taking teaspoon to get both Dalton and Troy here at the same time. I'm telling you. Now remember, Troy, Dalton said that, not me. So how many silvers did you wind up with for April, Troy? Dirty Money Metal Detecting, another one of my favorite named channels. So, oh, there we go. That's even a little better. Dirty Money, where are you located? Let's see his cool. Oh, that's a nice looking ring he's got on his thumbnail. Let's get me up above so when I put the writing on, we can have it. What time are you hunting today, Troy? I'm going to run the stream to about 11, and then I'm meeting Greg over at noon. I gave him the directions to the location that Dalton and I were at the other day, and we're going to try the curb strips down the street. Oh, okay. Good deal, Greg. So his school's been going tough. It's his last year, so we've been filming, and once he gets free from the studies, we'll have several videos to put out. Well, good, Richard. Glad to hear that, because you guys put out professionally made videos. If you guys haven't checked out Amphibious Archaeology's videos, very well made, put together videos. Montana. Wow. What's the weather like out there in Montana? I don't even want to take a guess out there. All right, let's put the stream up here in case Richard or anybody else wants to come in. I don't know. I mixed them with the other ones. It was a good month, not as much as you and Dalton. Okay, well, I didn't. I came close to Dalton. I was beating him or tied with him for about 10 minutes on Thursday or Friday, whatever day that was. And then he goes and pulls 2 silver war nickels out of the same hole. Absolutely beautiful war nickels. When you guys see the videos. Who's back now? Little man and I are 1 ring short of making our 10 rings a month goal this year. 39 so far. Number 40 won't let us find it. Holy smokes! That's a hell of a goal there, Corey. 10 rings a month. I've got 4 for the year so far, and well, this is starting the 5th month, so I've been averaging 1 a month. Are you doing more parks, Corey, where rings seem to come up more than on private residences? Troy, I'm telling you, that park was awesome. I'm thinking none of those guys from the club over on the other side of the bay ever remembered to go hit that park. That park was awesome that Dalton found. Good morning, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Marlin. Marlon, now that you're here listening, I'm going to be knocking off the stream around 11 because I'm going out hunting today. A rare Sunday hunt. Denise is letting me take some of our joint time together on a Sunday because I got quite a few projects done yesterday. And so I'm going to go hunt with Troy sometimes, hunt buddy Greg. Greg and I are going out this morning. I'm sure Greg's listening right now. Any 10 rings or precious metals? Okay. All right. I see how that works. Yeah, I've got 4 rings. I've got 1 silver bracelet. I got the silver froggy charm. Oh, that's my good news. You guys can hear that here first. Oh, where is it? Hold on, guys. I'm going to leave a blank screen. Oh, I bet I left it out in my truck, guys. It is. It's out in my truck. That little frog I found with Troy. The day we had the 15 silvers, and after Troy left, I kept doing curb strips, and I found the 2 rosy dimes, I think 3 Wheaties, and then I found my last find of the day was that little frog charm that had a little hook, a little circle at his mouth. He didn't have any markings on it, but man, he looked silver, and everybody said he looked silver. And then I took it to my jeweler, and he looked at it with a loupe and said, "Well, there's a maker's mark on there." So he acid tested it, and it came out silver. So Troy and I The video that says record-setting day, 15 silvers, is actually going to be a record-setting 16 silver day. Good morning, Mr. Frankie. Good morning, Miss Deej. River Styx Raid. Thank you, Tommy. Good morning, Tommy. Wow, yeah, we just jumped up another several people. Adventures with Goat, thank you very much for coming in this morning. No, Troy, I know where the frog is. I don't know where the silver bracelet is. I did not take it to the meeting Monday. That was the only thing. I found every single one of my silvers for the meeting Monday, which might have been a new record for me. But I can't say that I found everything because I can't find the silver bracelet. I think it dropped somewhere in my big yellow tub. But yeah, that's my biggest piece of silver I found for the month, and I can't find that. Like Troy says, of course. So good morning, Mr. Bill. Good morning, Mr. Bill. Oh, no. I'm sure you've probably heard that your whole life, Bill. Sorry. Just got up early for live stream action here. Yeah, Marlon, I guess this would be early for you. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Nick says it happened after Florida Hunt 6. I will never drive 13 hours without taking more breaks. Nick, I can do a 13-hour day, but yeah, buddy, I got to take several breaks. Hell, I can't go that long without going to the bathroom. So yeah, I'm taking several bathroom breaks. I sit down at the picnic tables at the rest stops and get a snack or lunch out of my cooler when I'm taking my trips. Good morning, American Woodlands Relics. Good morning, gang. We're eating breakfast and we'll be listening. Very good. Denise took her dad to church this morning. He actually decided he got up and he wanted to go to church instead of listening to church on the internet. Good morning, Mr. Dennis. Anyone going out today? Yes, Corey, I am going out today. I'm wrapping up the stream at 11, so I hope you folks will all still be online and go to Marlins at 11:30. I know we normally run to about 11:25, and then everybody just jumps right over there and we raid his channel. But I'm hoping everybody takes a early lunch or late breakfast break at 11, and then heads over there and sees Mr. Marlin at 11:30. I even had to make my own coffee this morning, people. Oh, the humanity. Let's see, who else do we have here this morning? Does anyone know if Tommy or anyone found anybody? I know, Richard, he did that short saying they were back up on the property of Florida Hunt 7 and they were going in the backfield where Real was found and the Largie, and then they stopped the video. So, Tommy, if you're here, did you guys find anything, or are you going to surprise us and put it in your next video? Thanks, Frankie. Appreciate you coming over from Tommy's. So, Mr. Dennis, where are you at this morning? Mr. Demon Rat Cecil's here, sir. If Mr. Cecil wants to come in, there is the chat log, sir. Finders beepers, we're going out around 1:30. Good for you, Frankie. Yeah, I'm getting out today too, guys, and we're going to go back. There he is, River Styx Van Life. We're here. Thanks, Tommy. Bill wants to know who won marbles last night on Nick's channel. The Hunter GT won the 48K gold belt Friday night, so we had to listen to that. Good morning from the base of Pikes Peak. See, that just sounds so cool. Good morning, Mr. Jim Steele. I got a couple nice comments from Jim this week. He gave me a really nice comment on my beach video saying, even though he can't be out there yet, he's got to the point where he can watch a video, and he watched my beach video. Thank you, Jim. And there is Mr. Dennis, and there is Mr. Cecil. Look, I actually looked down and saw people in my waiting room.
Good morning.
Hey, guys.
Sometimes I forget people, and they're sitting there so long they leave again. How you doing, Dennis? Where you at?
Oh, man. I'm in North Dinwiddie, Virginia. I lost a front tire yesterday. I'm
Did it
waiting
blow
on
out while you're
I've got
driving?
yeah, I got a guy coming here at 10 o'clock, and I think I'm just gonna put 2 new front tires on the front end and then continue on. It was a little hairy for a little while. I lost all the electrical in South Carolina. The whole electric, just everything shut off. I had a short. Um, it's been a rough drive.
Wow. Isn't cross country traveling always an adventure?
Well, of course it is. That's why we do it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You know, and I have people telling me that problem with my truck that the timing advance keeps cutting out. People keep saying you need to check all your connections and wire brush and sand them down. They think it's a corroded connection that's causing a short, that my timing advance isn't advancing, which is why my truck keeps cutting out. So kind of the same thing your electric did there, Dennis.
Yeah.
Good morning,
Yeah,
Mr.
telling
Jeff
you,
Dighole.
when you're doing 70 miles an hour, you don't want to lose power.
No, probably pretty hard to steer without that power steering assist.
The brakes don't work well, and yeah, it's a nightmare. But I'm here. I'm in North Dinwiddie, Virginia. I'm safe. I'm not dead, and I'll get back on the road, I hope, this afternoon, and continue on to New York. I'll have a stop in I don't know, probably around Gettysburg, up in Shane's territory.
There you go. He just came on the stream a second ago.
Yep.
Morning, Shane.
Morning, Shane.
Hi.
He said
Hey,
that
Shane.
when I cross the country, I just have to change my shoes. Shane.
Shane says, "Good morning, Rob." Shane says, "Good morning, Rob. I heard the stream is about how to find bottle caps on the beach. You are right, sir. You came to the right place. If you want to talk to the guy who finds bottle caps on the beach, I am here." But I'm glad you're safe, Dennis, and you still made it all the way up to Virginia in one day, buddy. That's a hell of a haul.
Yeah, that's a long. Yeah. That's a good drive, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm gonna get out of here. I got the mechanic's on his way, and we'll see what we can do today to get to Pennsylvania, and then yeah, it's going okay.
There you go.
Here, there. Yep. Thanks for having me on, Rob. Everybody have a good day.
All right, Dennis.
Bye,
take care,
Dennis.
buddy.
Drive safe, man.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
All right.
Adventures with Goat. What's up?
I know there's all kinds of cool names in here this morning, Cecil.
Yeah. Lincoln Central Coins. How are you?
See, I haven't got scrolled down to him yet, so thank you, Cecil.
Finders Beepers, aka Corey Yerock. No, I guess it's Corey.
It's his first name spelled backwards.
Right.
And Jeff's here from General Dighole.
Yep. Nick Haas is here.
Miss Southern Bell, good morning. Weird guy in the park, good morning. Wow, we jumped up from
Case digging it.
Like,
hey, guys, hit that like button.
Yeah, how many likes we got?
Got Jim still.
We got a thumbs down already. Wow, I must have not recognized somebody's fast enough.
And you have someone from the UK this morning. Mark metal detecting's here. I was on his live last night. As a guest.
I tried scrolling around to find some lives. I caught the end of Mally Man's live stream, but I wasn't feeling good, guys. My neck hurt last night. I must have slept wrong or fell asleep on the sofa wrong, and my neck hurt. So I said, screw it. I'm going to bed early so I can be up in my stream.
Mayor's videos in here from Canada. Awesome guy. Kay's in here. Good morning, Kay.
Mr. Martin from Randolph Relic Recording. Good morning from the shore of Lake Panisaki. Yeah. Martin, you got a beautiful backyard there, buddy.
Randolph, you already said Randolph earlier. He's here. Digging with Deej is in.
Miss Southern Bell.
You got some good people in your chat this morning, Rob.
Adventures with Goat says he's driving to Pike Peak, Colorado to the Four Corners of Colorado Day. Long drive, yee. Wow, that is awesome. How many people would like to be with him right now? I'm telling you, I would.
Dirty Money, he's in the house. How are you?
Nick says he doesn't want the kind of adventure that Dennis is having. Well, no, we don't want those problems. Thank you, Bill. 24 watching and only 6 likes. Hit that. Oh no, we jumped up to because I'm behind. We jumped up to 21. Thank you. Good morning, Lincoln Central Coins. When I changed cross country, I just had to change my shoes. He's so funny.
So Florida Knox says that was my thumbs down. So you can probably beat him later.
Yeah, you can hit that button and take it off there, buddy. Hey, I don't know what we did, but last week I think we had 3 of them, and we must have shamed the people because they took them off. All right, I'm actually, I thought for a split second I was caught up with the chat, and then it went by up. Corey says he thinks he's going out to St. Pete Beach here soon. Corey, I got called by both my club president, Howard, who's Epic Adventures in Paradise, who just put out the second part of his scuba video, guys. So he got a good response on the first one. He went up some subscribers. So if you get a chance, let's type that in here, Epic Adventures in Paradise. If Rob can spell things right. There we go. But yeah, we're trying to get over to Clearwater Beach, Corey, because the tide is way out right now. Clearwater Mike was down there the other day, and he said he almost walked out halfway out to the pier. And that's where we're going to find the rings that nobody's got to. But Swifty's been hanging out with us since we opened up here this morning. Save the bottle caps and turn them in his iron. Jim Steele, I do that, sir. It's amazing. I have seen so many beach hunters dump their pouch in the garbage can as they leave the beach, and I put everything in a 5-gallon bucket, all my scrap iron, Jim. And I did that video the other day or last week. Turn your metal detecting trash into cash, and I got $40 at the recycling place. And guys, I got a huge hunk of that lead round. I never knew what that was for till Park Rat Pat told me that's what they used to seal around 2 parts of an old pipe. They melt the lead around that, and that's what they sealed it. And that makes complete sense now. You find it in a circle.
When I was working demolition, I used to save all that lead and give it to a buddy of mine that made sinkers, and I'd get sinkers made until I got my own molds and stuff. But Dirt Trolling Troy is in the house.
Yes, I know. He made it this morning too. That's awesome. Dig It Mort, like you say, is here from the UK. Thank you very much for being here, because it is either mid-afternoon or really early morning there. I always forget which way they go.
Well, he's about 5 hours ahead of everybody in Florida. So
that would be, 1, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah, he's 8 hours ahead of me. So it's 6:30 here. 7, 8, 9,
wow,
10,
see, so
11,
I'm glad
12.
you're here, because I can't keep up with this chat.
So it's like 2 or 3 there, actually. Yeah.
But see, it's just amazing. Everybody knows everybody here.
Yeah. Denise Kidder's in here, right on.
Yep.
Wow, you got a lot of great channels are in here this morning.
Dirty Money asks, what kind of diggers is everybody? Silver cherry pickers, gold ring diggers, or relic hunters? Well, all I can't speak for anybody else. Do what, Cecil?
All of the above.
That's exactly what I was going to say, buddy.
Even the trash.
I love finding gold rings. I love finding silver, but I also love pulling up a cool relic. I mean, when I found that Jewish mezuzah thing that I had no idea what that was, and Cynthia was the first person to actually leave a comment and say that that's what that was. Cynthia was the first one that gave me a positive idea on that, and she turned out to be 100% right. Thank you, Cynthia.
You're welcome, Epic.
Rob, I'll trade your pains. No, thank you, Jim. I've got some aches and pains, buddy, but mine are manageable. So
I posted Epic's link in there for you, Rob. You were talking about him and what was going on with his channel. Epic Adventures in Paradise.
Coins?
No, Epic Adventures in Paradise.
Oh, Epic Adventures Paradise. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Has you got somebody else that's got something else going on that I should post a link of? Let me know.
Well, post a link to Troy's channel. Because I announced that I was going to do maybe 2.5, 3 weeks ago, that on Troy's video called Huge Silver, where Dalton finds his dollar coin, his silver dollar coin. I told everybody if Troy either got to 400 subs or we got 50 likes on that I would give away a silver coin for everybody that made a comment on that channel. And I said it for like 8 days. And at the end of 8 days, we were like at 46 likes and we weren't anywhere near 400 subs, which, to be quite honest with you, I was quite disappointed.
Yeah, he's at 394 right now. And you're talking about the one that says, it says Huge Silver?
Yep. But he
Okay.
went over. He's way over 50 likes now. He's up to 60. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and honor that. And I will be announcing this week that we will be doing a silver giveaway for everybody that left a comment and a like on Troy's video. And I'm hoping more people go over and check out that video. That's Dalton's silver dollar find. Him and Troy had a great day that way. Bill says 31 watching, 22 likes.
I'm going to post that video up so people can go there while they're there. They can hit that subscribe and like button. Make sure you hit the all bell so you get all the notifications for it.
Metal Angler, welcome. I'm sorry I don't know if I missed you. This chat is going by so fast today with 31 people in it. Adventures with Goats says I might try live streaming today at 1 p.m. while I'm driving. Well, hey, if you can do that with the hands free. I listened to Pat Zoom the last 2 weeks driving home from Tampa curb stripping. I wedged the phone in on my dashboard and listened to the guys while I'm driving. Of course, I had to hit the brakes hard and my phone almost went out the window, so we had to change that angle.
You know, Randolph, Relic Recovery, I haven't seen him on anything else. I did see him on the live or the Zoom with Pat last Wednesday. He's asking about Reed. Randolph Relic Recovery is asking about if has anyone seen Reed.
Corey says, Clearwater, okay, I'll turn around and head north. I can't get there today, Corey. I'm going to Tampa to hunt today. But Monday or Tuesday, the guys want me to get to Clearwater Beach, Corey. There you go. I'm just catching up to to Epic Adventures there, Cecil. Rings, did I hear rings? Martin, Relic, Randolph Recovery, you will be hopefully satisfied to know that Misery does have some company. Martin has never found a thimble, and he hates it every time I post a thimble. But I was watching my number one fanboy channel, Green Mountain Metal Detecting's Friday video, and he found a thimble, but he laments that he has never found a silver thimble, Martin. So he says a silver thimble is on his bucket list. So see, you have something in common with Green Mountain.
Yeah, I'd just like to find a thimble myself. I don't care if it's silver or not. That's still on my bucket list.
Oh, you don't have a thimble either?
No, never found a thimble. I just recently found my first mule shoe. My uncle corrected me, and there was another guy in that chat that left a comment on the video saying it was a mule shoe. So, yeah, just because of the shape of it. It's more, well.
Oh, you see what Nick says that Gigmaster does with his extra lead? He makes guide belt weights out of them. Oh, very cool, Cecil. Good job.
Yeah. And that's in my front yard.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that.
My other two detectors I had didn't pick this up. The Knox with the 6-inch coil picked it up. It was probably close to, and it was laying on its side, kind of angled like this. So I was only getting the top of it. But it was, God, what, 13 inches down?
Wow.
Yeah, I just got my ugly box, so I'm going to take my ugly box.
I want to see that in action because I am really debating about getting one of them. Good morning, Howard.
Good morning.
You're on, Howard. See, he's on the computer listening to the delay. Nick says,
Cancel, I can't do that. Share, stop.
You're on, Howard. You are big time on. But I was saying, Cecil, that Nick
It's a video file, so I can show poop. I was hoping.
See it my way once. Shane says, I found a couple of bucket listers this past week with the help from Randy. Can you give Metal Detecting with Randy's channel a shout out? Sure do, and I'll have Mr. Cecil put that up there for us, folks. Thank you, Mr. Cecil.
F. Mayor doesn't beat me to it.
Did you read Martin's comment? My pride recycles every spare
I can't hear you because of the background noise.
Edit mic settings. Echo cancellation, automatically adjust volume.
Yeah, I can't. My sound is not on.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Howard.
Sorry.
Yeah, I saw that video with Shane and what he found with up there with Randy. Is actually pretty cool.
I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, I'm not going to say what he found, but like he said, he found some bucket listers. You'll have to go and watch it. It's worth a watch.
Yeah, Jim Steele says he digs it if it beeps. Good for you, Jim.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I wasn't going to dig the signal, but I thought, I dig every signal. Might as well just do it. So I'm glad I did.
I have to admit, Cecil, as I'm getting tired at the end of the day is when I start slowing down some of my digs.
Yeah. Well, I don't swing very fast, and I take slow steps, especially with that 6-inch coil. It slowed me down a lot. So I'm making sure I'm overlapping a little bit with my swings. So
when we went out Friday, Dalton. See, I don't have the 6-inch coil yet. That's on my want to get list. But Dalton and Troy have it. So Dalton we were in a really tiny park. I bet it was less than half an acre. And so Dalton was using the little 6-inch coil, and then obviously we always go over each other's ground. And I went over an area and I said, Dalton, I got a perfect silver signal here, perfect. And he came over and he swung his 6-inch and he goes, "That's silver, Rob." And he goes, "How the hell did I miss that?" And I think sometimes with that little 6-inch coil, it's not as easy to overlap as it is with that 11-inch coil.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed when I switch from this 11 to the 6 that
Sure?
I've got to slow down and I've got to watch how I swing because I missed ground.
Looks like you have something going on.
And I think that's easier to do with the
you
6-inch
might have
coil.
it on twice.
I don't have one.
Let me call Howard because I think he
I
can't.
think he still has his YouTube volume on while he's in StreamYard.
Yeah, it's gone.
Hey, I hear what you're saying. I'm trying to figure it out right now. That's what I've been doing.
Oh, okay, because we can hear you fine.
Let me try it.
You've
In
been
fact,
on,
Shane-
your sound's on.
How about now?
Shane, I'll post your link on there for you.
Yeah, down there twice.
Yeah,
I
we
think
can
it's
hear you
worth
fine.
it.
We've been hearing you.
Okay.
All right. Just turn the second system down in the background if you have it on 2 channels. All right.
Yep, I just
All
lost
right. I
it.
think he's got it good to go.
How about now?
You're perfect, Howard. Absolutely perfect.
Okay.
Oh, that's great, Howard.
Fantastic. Somehow I
Corey
had it on
says-
twice. I don't know
Corey
how I
says
did
he's
that on
mostly
the
a
same screen.
Pop top hunter.
So,
Okay, okay, here we go, guys. Las Vegas Urban Treasure. Don't forget about our 500 sub giveaway. We have a ways to go. Prizes, United States quarter set with display case. Yep, we mention that every week. That's going to be a great prize for that giveaway. Nick asked Cynthia, have you ever seen that silver book cover that Metal Detecting East Texas found? I'll tell you something. Metal Detecting East Texas, he does a lot of parks, and the stuff he finds in those parks over there is just incredible. So far behind on here.
Yeah, the chat's actually really booming this morning.
Has anyone seen Reed? I know you guys talked about that a minute. He left a thumbs up on my last video the other day, so I've been trying to keep up. I've been trying to watch a few more Reed's videos lately and get caught up. He makes a funny video. I guess Denise said she's going to McDonald's, and Randolph said get him a Happy Meal.
Hey guys, Metal Detecting with Randy is in. So Randy, I just posted your link. Shane asked me to do that because you were helping him with his bucket listers that he found, which is awesome.
Alrighty, I'm getting. Oh, Cody Ammons is here. Good morning, Mr. Cody. Thanks for being here this morning. Huge silver video. Thank you, Marlon.
This afternoon.
You
Got
what,
another
Howard?
engagement ring that was lost.
Yeah, I got your text, Howard.
So that's going to be over on Gandy Boulevard. We're meeting with her.
Oh, it's going to be on Gandy in Tampa?
Yep. Well, it's on the Pinellas side.
Oh, okay.
So it's a pretty good sized beach. I've never detected there before. So we're going to go there a little early, and then she's going to meet with us about noontime.
Okay. Mr. Mallyman 24 himself is here. Mr. Mike M.A. Lyman is here. He says he has found 3 thimbles in the last 6 months, but never a silver thimble. I don't have one either. Simon from the Weedy Boys found a beautiful real copper thimble, one that they actually used for sewing, not a advertising thimble, when we were doing a property up in North Florida. Okay, Cynthia says, look at Kevin's video entitled 1940s Lake and a find I never expected. There we go.
Who was it I was just watching that's over in the UK that just found a thimble? Not a silver thimble, but just a regular thimble this morning.
Yeah, I saw one over there recently too. Denise says she's on Interstate 4 at a rest stop. Oh no, Bill says we have 2 Tommies. Both Tommy channels are in here. Kay says she found her one and only thimble in Maine. And Adventures in Goat asks, where is Joe Bob Rake? I don't know. We have not seen the Clarks in this stream in a while.
I think they're out detecting this morning.
Dirty Money says, my buddy found a presidential campaign thimble. Now that would be flipping cool.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Oh, Corey, we always would love to have more people in Clearwater Beach, right, Howard?
Oh, yes.
He's right down there by Indian Rocks Beach. He is Finders Beepers, a.k.a. Corey. Howard, he says he's thinking of going to St. Pete Beach this morning.
Okay.
We've got like 3 or 4 people sometimes, Howard, that are in this chat that are in Pinellas County. Denise Kidder's in Pinellas County. Corey is, and I think there's one other guy.
Yeah, Jeff is right. He said overlapping is good policy.
Martin
General Dighole.
Martin says, I'm on the way to Walmart. Does anybody want me to pick up a thimble for them? I'm sorry, Martin. I'm not rubbing it in, buddy. I know it's going to be a great day for you when you find your thimble. Cynthia says, pick one up for her too, Martin. She can't find one either.
Jim Steele, I've got some stuff that'll might to ease it, but it won't take it away. I'll take your silver thimbles. I'll trade you. They're edibles.
Wow, I am so far behind.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. You can't really comment on everybody's. I mean, as much as you want.
I don't even have time to read them, Cecil.
Well, I've been reading them, and I'm trying to, but I'm not wanting to interrupt you when you stop and stuff. So,
Tommy says, if it's repeatable, I dig it, no matter the signal. Tommy, I think that's one of the things I use too, is if it's repeatable. Okay, I mean, even if it's only repeatable from 2 sides, you know. Overlapping is a good policy, Jeff says. Yes, it is.
But Denise says she's going to hunt Indian Rock on Wednesday if anyone wants to join her. Where is Indian Rock?
Indian Rock's about 2 beaches south of Clearwater.
Okay.
If you go along the road that's on the waterfront, Cecil, going down all of Pinellas County. Pinellas County is a very long, narrow county that goes the entire coast there of the top end of it's Clearwater, and then the south end of it is St. Pete and goes all the way down to Fort DeSoto, and it's all beaches. It's all beaches, Cecil. But the Pinellas County, like the county I live in, only has 5 cities. Pinellas County has 27 municipalities, and each one you've got Clearwater Beach, you got Sand Key, you got Indian Rocks, you've got Reddington Beach, Reddington Shores, Reddington Islands, St. Pete Island, St. Pete Beach, and they all just go straight down in a row, and it just depends on what street you go into the beach from, what entry that is what the beach is called.
Oh, okay. Kind of like what we have here, because basically it's each entrance to the beach area has its own name.
People are saying they're getting some feedback. Howard, do you still have two?
That's the past stuff. No, he's got that cleared up since then.
Good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, I'm going to come down here to current, and I think nobody in our county lost thimbles or silver coins. Sorry to hear that, Cynthia.
Yeah, okay, I don't know where Pat is. Pat's normally on. Maybe he's out digging.
Pat went on a camping trip this week.
Oh, that's right. He's going to be
Yeah,
gone for a while.
He's up at the camping thing with some friends of his. So there you go, Kay.
Yeah, Jim, I understand that. How far? Where are you at, Jim? I forget. I'm sorry.
He says he's in Indiana.
That's a bit of a drive. I can't ship those through the mail. They won't like that.
Jim says he's found 15 thimbles in 40 years, but only one silver. Yeah, Dalton found one on my permission 2 weeks ago. You guys haven't seen the video yet. I haven't put it on, but I will be putting it on. But we found over 40 Wheaties. He got numerous old nickels. I'm not going to go into it and spoil the video, but over near the trash pile where I pulled out a compact the size of a softball, I got a facial compact that was it was huge. And Dalton pulled out a silver thimble out of the dump pile. Somebody said they want to get the 15-inch Technetics coil for the Equinox. Morning thimble talk time with Rob. Sorry, Martin. Ooh, somebody said.
Shane, you're right. Nobody does so anymore. At least not by hand. They've got machines for that now.
Yeah, I have a glove that's got a hole in it. I'm hoping Denise can just use some thread and close up the one hole in my glove. If not, I'll be starting to get comments going. Rob, you need another set of gloves, Rob. Somebody said somebody found one on the Hoover Boys. Nick says he thinks a gold thimble was found on the Hoover Boys, and then Kay says, of course it was the Hoover Boys. See, Martin, Shane's only found 2 thimbles in 25 years, but, he's blind, Martin. He's going to be going off and leaving me another thumbs down.
All righty, Goat. Drive safe, and I'll try and be on at 1 p.m. and watch you. He's taking off. He's got to do a long drive from the old map room to the new map room, so...
See, we can get off thimbles and go on to bizarre finds. Nick says he has an old popcorn tin full of miscellaneous bizarre finds over the years. My most bizarrest find, and it was a visual find while I was on an old property doing, was an old set of dentures. And I actually put them in a video. Dalton thought they were gross.
Dentures?
Yeah, it's a bottom plate of partial dentures. Martin says, how ugly was the woman who needed a compact the size of a plate? I don't know, Martin, but it still had some of the glass in it. Well, it did until Rob dropped it. All right, who said they were an affiliate that I just missed it? Went off my thing. Oh,
I was taking with Deej.
I'm an affiliate of Technetics with my own discount code. There you go, guys. If you need that Technetics coil, and Deej gets a little help with that.
Yeet. Who was it that I know that found the gold grill plate? The teeth.
I found one.
Was that you that found that little? It was probably like
I found a small one on at the waterline on Clearwater Beach last summer. Troy found a smaller one in a freaking park we were doing in St. Pete. The park that I pulled out that 37 millimeter World War II shell. Troy found a silverware nickel that day and a partial set of gold grills in a freaking park. And mine turned out to be 10K, and Troy's turned out to be 14K. So even though his were smaller than mine, his were worth more money than mine in gold.
Yeah. Yes, hi, Deej. Junior, hi. I don't know. Do you know who JR is? Is JR Junior?
No, morning, JR. Hi to I found a gold necklace and 3 rings yesterday. Alameda Beach. Why does that sound familiar? Where's Alameda Beach?
Is that in Florida or is that in California? Because I know an Alameda Beach in California.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's why it sounds familiar. Yeah, DK says no way Rob dropped a fine. Yes way, Kay.
Found a 1950 gold class ring a couple weeks ago with the Simplex. Weird guy.
Randy says oh, good morning, Randy. We were oh, Howard logged off.
Bye, Howard.
Wait a minute.
Good morning, Leroy.
Randy found a compact yesterday. I like finding compacts, especially if it's complete. Weird Guy in Park, I found a 50 gold class ring a couple of weeks ago with the Simplex. Congratulations. I have yet to ever find a class ring. I've just never found one. Nick says he wishes First Texas would come out with a waterproof T2 or F75 Fisher with a multi-simultaneous frequency. Yeah, Nick, that would probably be a pretty big upgrade, though. I mean, now that Mind Lab's got the Knox out there with the true multi-frequency, it seems like a lot of companies are trying to get in on that deal because of how popular the Knox is. And I will do the only complaint that I have for the Knox. It's the same one everybody else has. Their shaft locking system sucks.
Yeah, it's the cheap style. I'm not a fan of it. I actually like the locking.
$5 and put the second drill hole in and put that second snap spring, so you had one on each side on that second shaft.
Or better yet, you're spending a lot of money on a detector. Why not just put the carbon fiber on it? Why not go with like what Detect Edge is it the carbon fiber shaft with the clamps like they have?
I mean, I actually had a lot of people that have been detecting a lot longer than me when the Knox first came out. I'd only been detecting about less than 2 years, but I had a lot of people that I watched a lot of their videos that have been detecting 10, 20 years that said when they first got that machine and what it could do and with that multi-frequency, they were amazed that they were only asking $899 for that machine.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought that machine should have been priced at a lot higher price point, but you saw the massive sales they had with that thing at the $899 price point.
Yeah, big time massive sales. But I think they could come out with a better shaft than what they did. The aluminum one is kind of.
Leroy Cook, good morning, sir. Thanks for being here.
Was it detecting?
Needs to know Leroy because everybody's saying hi to Leroy. So welcome to the stream this morning.
Was it digging with Maddie? His aluminum shaft broke.
From the Knox?
On the Knox, yeah. Right.
Wow, that's the second person I've heard of that.
Yeah. Right as you put it in, that next notch down is where it broke. So he's had it for over a year. So, I mean, there's been some wear and tear on it.
Leroy, we're doing great today. Frankie says he's only found a half of them. The top was gone. Yeah, we found a lot more halves, Frankie, than we do whole ones. But sometimes when you find those whole ones and they have those beautiful Art Deco scroll work on them, I think old 20s, 30s compacts are just beautiful.
Good morning, Sean Webb.
Thanks, guys.
Back.
Jim says yesterday I found several new panes. Does that count? Well,
well, at least you're out finding something.
That's right. Kay says she's only found one class ring, and it was, and I think now it's 1883, not the 1983 that I originally believed. Wow! Congratulations.
Wow. That's a nice one. Yeah, Nick, it is kind of the only complaint that I have, and I would have loved some Gorilla Glass on the screen, but I think Gorilla Glass should come out for protectors for the screens for detectors. They would definitely be selling some.
What selling what, Cecil?
For what now?
Who should come out with what?
Gorilla Glass should come out with screen protectors for metal detectors.
Oh, wouldn't that be awesome? Real quick, Martin says my UGG finds are particulars artists of clothing with detecting murky water. They usually surface like a leviathan from the death, followed immediately after by a creepy old screaming like a little girl. Yeah, well.
And you're the one screaming, right, Randolph?
Yeah, I dove and I was a police officer, but I had no desire to be on a dive team that went out looking for stuff. I just had no desire for that.
Yeah, we helped when I was on the fire department. We'd help with recoveries. Yeah, and yeah, I
had no desire.
You just go on the call, and next thing you know, oh, you guys are going, code 1, no lights or sirens. You're just going to go meet them there and help them with dragging the body out of the water.
Now it's funny. That was code 1 for you. That was code 3 for us. Was full lights and siren.
Yeah, no, because by then their body's already been found.
Yeah.
They just needed manpower to pull the body out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, code 1 for us was no lights or siren. Yeah, Nick, I agree. Equinox build quality is definitely the only complaint I have. And Nick, I think that's the general overall complaint. Howard says, getting ready to head out for RingCon. Have a great day Sunday. Howard, I will be in that general area. Greg and I are heading over to Tampa. We're going to be over in that area that I told you on the phone yesterday. I don't want to say it on the stream because we're kind of poaching the Tampa club's area. But, you know, if nobody over there is doing that area, then, hey, we'll be happy to clean it out for them.
Yeah, Dirty Money says his Knox died completely and it's in the shop. How long have you had your Knox there, Dirty Money?
Metal Angler's back, and Sean Webb, welcome, sir. Good morning. He's another Florida guy. But yeah, go see if he answers you on that, Cecil.
So yesterday, while we were on, I was live. Tommy popped in while he was out doing his dig yesterday, and the guys found some metal. It was real big, and so they started really digging. You'll have to go and watch that live. That was actually pretty cool. The UK guys that were there were just intrigued by it, watching it. But they found a drum. They eventually got down to it, found a drum, and we were just like, "Oh, dude, maybe it's got a body in it or something like that." Well, Tommy just walked over, and and he's like, "Come on, guys, let's just pop it open. Why dig the whole thing out?" And popped it. It was just a burn barrel, but we're all speculating maybe it's a body or or an old wagon wheel rim or something like that.
I wish I could sit further away from my screen like Cecil is, but if I do, I can't reach my keyboard. Nick says lots of reported shaft snapping, arm cuff failures, coil ears, flooded head units, failing wireless headphones.
So
I have not had a problem with my headphones. Of course, I don't use them much. The coil ears I've heard of. The flooded head unit, that happened to me. Water egressed into my battery compartment. I've heard of the cuff arms breaking. Only 2 shafts snapping. The one problem I've heard is with the 600 that the plug-in headphones are so cheap made that everybody keeps breaking the plastic
ear tabs
off the 600. Almost everybody I know of has broke them.
Yeah. So he's had his since October.
That's not that long.
No, that's glad it's under warranty still.
Kay says she hasn't had any issues with Knox. People stop leaning on your machine. I have to make sure I catch myself to keep from doing that, Kay.
Yeah, I caught myself the other day when I was digging that shoe. I was like, God, and I just kind of went, oh, hey, wait, that's an aluminum shaft that can break.
Yeah. Tommy's right. Nothing man-made is indestructible. You got that right, Tommy.
There's 2 rules that you live by. If it's made by God, it will die. Everything eventually is going to die. If it's made by man, it will break.
Hey, put that on a T-shirt, Cecil. You and Bart something.
I've been saying that for years. That's why when I buy something, it took me 6 months to decide on a detector for me. I mean, I looked at Garrett's. My initial one was I wanted to get a V3i whites, and then they went on. So
it's funny because Pat was debating about getting a new one too, right when they went belly up, Cecil.
Yeah, and I was like, oh no. And so I was like, okay, well now what's the next best thing? Because that was an all-around style. It was going to within my price range that I was looking at. It was in and it was close to me. I mean, White's is only maybe a 45-minute drive from where I live.
What, their factory?
Yeah.
Oh wow. They're
in Sweet Home, and I'm in Corvallis. It's 45-minute drive, and I was there. I've been by the factory several times. Haven't ever had the chance to go into it because I've been working. But yeah, I've always wanted to get a whites because that's all I've heard about here in Oregon is whites. I'm like, all right. So,
well, I'm reading Nick's old comment. I want the head units coated at the factory with Gorilla Glass 6. I'm unfamiliar with that. Do you know what that is, Cecil?
Gorilla Glass 6, isn't that the same thing that you can get for oh crap.
Is it a glass or is it a coating?
It's actually a coating that once it's done, it's the same glass you could put on your phones.
Yeah, somebody said here it's the same glass that comes. It's similar to the glass. Weird guy in the park says it's similar to the glass that comes on a GoPro.
Yeah. or the glass that comes on a GoPro would be all. I just think any type of heavier, shatter resistant, even if it was Lexan.
Randy says he broke two 800 arm cuffs. I bought a Detector Ed's arm cuff, and that's made out of aluminum. Well, there you go, and it's probably pretty light too.
Yeah, the cell phone screens is a Gorilla Glass.
Dirty Money, is your Knox up at the repair shop in Pennsylvania? Tommy said he thought he was going to find a body yesterday. I don't want to find a body.
Yeah, Jeff says, General Dighole Jeff says that he was in Garrett and Garland, Texas. Yeah, and Garrett bought whites, and I'm hoping that they kind of integrate that great technology that they created with their machines and come out with a superbly.
Yeah, because Garrett really hasn't come out with a like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a knock 'em dead machine lately, like the Knox.
No.
You know, they went from the AT Pro to the AT Max, and they updated that some, and then they came out with the new low end machine. Like, what's their new one that's like the Vanquish?
The 200.
Yeah, I mean,
the Ace 200.
They haven't come out with a high end machine.
Well, hello, Arlene Church. How are you this morning?
That's what I need to do, Kay. I need to put a nice piece of like something nice, kind of cushy thing on my arm for my elbow, because that little piece that Equinox puts on there, they must put like one drop of glue on it because
the Apex. That's it. The Apex.
That's it.
Yeah, and you know, well, if you really look at everything Garrett has, what's their high end machine? I mean, their top machine that they have out there.
I don't know, because I'm not a Garrett guy.
Yeah. Jeff says the AT Pros. I think the AT Pros are their top machine that they have out there. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
I think the AT Max is even.
Is it higher up than like the
yeah,
step up of the Pro?
I kind of think it's a bells and whistles AT Pro. I think.
Yeah, but
they
the AT Gold
is a few of the things that people were complaining the AT Pro didn't have.
Yeah, I think the AT series, we'll call it that, because they
all right, yeah.
They've got the Pro, the Max, and the Gold. So it's the ATX Pulse machine. So we'll just call it the AT series. They're all under. I don't know. Garrett's to me are like a good beginner company to go with. I've never used any of their higher end stuff. I've been around people who have. But they've always gone to a different company and gone back over their stuff and have found more stuff. So,
well, I think when you compare them to Mind Lab, having like the gold machines that are like $2,000 and $4,000 that are made just for gold, and then you got your CTX series, and your high end gold machines that Mind Lab has, yeah, it makes Garrett look more like a intermediate. I wouldn't say beginners, but maybe like an intermediate. But when I first got on YouTube 4 years ago, like 95% of the guys were swinging Garrett AT Pros. Everybody. Gypsy was. All 5 of the Hoover boys were. Jeff and Missouri Mike were. Nugget Noggin was. So was JD's Variety Channel. Every single person that was somebody on YouTube had a Garrett AT Pro.
So Nick says the ATX is $2,000 machine. Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know they had that high end of a machine. And Nick, you had the plug-in ones, right? Because that's what the 600 comes with, right? Not the Bluetooth ones.
Yeah, the 600 are wired headphones, but they're made so cheap. Like Nick says, he immediately bought the Bluetooth ones. Jeff, I've been trying to hold my chat here. No, I have not detected Key West. Denise and I went to Key West with her parents several years ago for her niece got married down there. It was an absolutely beautiful ceremony on the beach, on the hotel, on the water, and it was just gorgeous. But that was a couple years before I got into metal detecting. But the next time I am down in Key West, Jeff, I will be taking my metal detector. I am dying to metal detect Key West.
Well, taking it back, Charlie is here.
How are you doing, Mr. Charlie? I will be with Mr. Charlie 2 weekends from now up in Tallahassee, Florida, folks. Nick says, I used to love it when the White's yearly Easter egg hunt. Well, that's cool. Frankie says his hunting buddy has 2 whites that he uses. Yeah, I mean, people have been loyal to that brand for a long time, Frankie.
They're great machines. I would say they're actually a better machine than Garrett's. In my
Here we
opinion.
go. Nick says that cell phone screens are coated with Gorilla Glass. That's what you said, Cecil.
Yep.
Bill says they're
Mark
probably made in
Thomas.
Malaysia. Lincoln Central Coins, thanks for being here.
Yeah, but you got a 3-year warranty on it. I mean, that's another thing I looked in, was that it just, and then all the other features.
Oh, good morning, Arlene. Thanks for saying hi to her, Cecil. Hi, Arlene. She's been really nice, leaving a lot of great comments lately, guys.
Yeah. Her, Arlene Church, and Andrea Hayes and Cynthia, I see a lot, almost everywhere. They're great ladies that support the detecting community and the magnet fishing community, because I've seen Cynthia on some magnet fishing sites. So
I try to watch some magnet fishing when I can. Man, they get a lot of views, magnet fishing videos.
Yeah.
I think the reason that beach videos get more, like if you look at Robert Ferguson or Brian from I Dig Daytona or some of the other guys that do beach videos, that constantly get more than your dirt fishing videos sometimes. I think it's because 90% of the American population does not live near the water, and they either want to or they're fascinated with it, or it just makes them feel good seeing the Gulf or the ocean. And
Ray Gonzalez posted a video yesterday, I think it was, or this morning. I can't remember. Sorry, Ray, if you're in the chat. And it was a nice, there was hardly any waves. It was calm. And I think that's the effect. It was just, I watched the video twice before I commented. I was just like, oh, that's actually pretty serene. Now I understand why people like the beach. That's just it. It's some days it's crashing and wild, but it's still that effect of relaxation.
It is completely different than dirt hunting. It really is.
Yeah. It's white noise. That's what it is. That's what they use in a lot of white noise machines is beach sounds. And that's why. And it's the view. Yeah, definitely the view.
A lot of people here are coming, I don't want to say to the defense, but are basically, like General Diggle said, the AT Pro is a winner. Frankie says they have the AT Gold.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, see, we're talking about that. Garrett's.
Welcome to the chat, Mark. Mark says he has an AT Pro Gold. And Lincoln Central Coin says he was looking at a used AT Pro for his granddaughters. Yeah, I mean, it's a great machine. It's been out for over 10 years, and guys are still guys are still using that as their AT. I mean, they've probably tweaked the technology on it over those 10 years. I mean, I'm sure if you buy a car that's been out for 10 years, that the newer model is going to have a little more features than the older model, but
it's still the same model as 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Does anyone know?
There's not a
handheld metal detector that points you in the direction of silver and gold. It does not touch the ground. You just hold it in your hand. Mike, I've never heard of that. That almost sounds like one of those bewitching rods.
Electroscopes.
Is that what they're called?
I think that's what they're called. Well, it's the same it's. I want to say it's not a pulse induction or anything. I know what he's talking about. And the CTX 3030 is only the same price as an Ox 800, about $1,000.
Okay, Bill says, I was on a forum where a guy said he would not buy a Mine Lab because they are made in Malaysia and we make junk. He was from Malaysia, and it makes me worry about my Vanquish. But Bill, I know the Vanquish is a fairly newer machine, but I have not heard the complaints about the Vanquish quality that I have on the Equinox.
Yeah. Dowsing rod.
A dowsing rod. That's what I was trying to think of.
Well, I know what he's talking about, and I've seen him on like Wish.
I didn't know the Mine Labs are made in Malaysia.
Yeah, it says on them that they're
Gorilla
made.
Glass is hard, almost scratch-proof, but very brittle. Imagine dropping your phone on the ground. Mark, I've dropped several phones. Well, yeah, I've already had to replace 2 phones. The second one I at least got insurance on because I bought a brand new one and dropped it and shattered the lens and didn't have insurance, and then had to go out and get a new phone. And at least the new phone, I bought insurance, and then broke that lens, and they replaced it for the $50 deductible. But yes, they may be scratch resistant, but if you drop a phone and it hits that screen, it's going to crack.
I've got a few scratches on mine because I've dropped mine on a gravel roads, and
Yes.
I still haven't had any problems with mine.
Now that I
yet.
finally have a case that's a little thicker than the edge of my glass,
Mhm.
it's doing much better. That it usually hits the rubber. I actually dropped this off the hood of my truck the other day. I was driving and I forgot I left it on the hood and went around the corner, and you hear that noise of something hitting the ground, and you go, "That was awful close." And then I looked in my rearview mirror, and there was my phone. It was sitting in the road face down, and it had no damage on it because the case fits just a little thicker than the phone.
So Swifty says he uses the Nox 800 with stock coil, 11-inch coil on it for open spaces, and then AT Pro with a Super Sniper coil for the brush. Maybe get a 6-inch for your Nox and try it in the brush there, Swifty, see what happens.
Yeah. Mark Thomas is talking. I missed, like I said, I'm trying to fast forward here. Wow, Leroy Cook on a 3-month venture from Florida, New England, and everything in between. Well, that would be frippin' awesome.
Good
Thomas
morning,
says you
Reed's
can
Art
only
of
hunt
Adventure.
select places in Key West now. Permissions is going to be key. Yep, Mark Thomas is here. Good morning, Mark. Okay, I'm getting caught up.
We were just talking about you earlier, Reed. Somebody had brought up asking about you.
Yeah, Reed. The Pulse dive is going to be a great thing in Key West. Oh, if I go to Key West, Tommy, and hunt down there, I will definitely be taking the Pulse dive with me.
Yeah. I've been thinking about getting one, but I just don't know where I would use it around here.
Well, I will tell you this, Tommy. Or Cecil, I was excited to get one, and I've had it now for like 8 months, and I've used it once. Now, I don't regret buying it, but I want to start putting myself in a position more that I can go places to use it.
Right.
But it's very specific for where you can use it. Metal angler, I try to get around. Well, I guess you do.
What is that, the 66 that you have in that picture? The metal angler in your...
Metal
Never
angler
know
has
where
a
I'll
picture?
turn up. That is true, Cynthia.
Yes, Tommy or Charlie says it's the view from the beach. Yeah, Charlie, I got to admit, I enjoy my views on the beach when I'm down there during the daytime. I have to admit, I am your typical slob guy, and I just enjoy looking at a very pretty lady and a pretty figure in next to nothing clothes. I am not going to ever shy away from.
What man would?
Yes.
Well, I take that back in this day and world.
He says, I can look all I want, just don't embarrass her by drooling, okay? Does anyone use electroscopes? Yeah, see, that's what Mike's talking about. That I didn't even know that was a thing with. The only trouble is a bit heavy, yeah. Oh, that's a good point, Nick. It's hard to justify the AT Pro when the Simplex is out there. That's probably a dang good point.
Yes, I understand. You know, a lot of things that when people go and look at detectors, they somebody first getting into it, I would say get a couple $100, $300 detector. You know, not too expensive. Make sure you're actually going to like the sport first. I had a buddy went out and spent. What did he buy? Anyways, he bought a White's. It was like $800, and he used it 3 times, and then it sat in his garage for 5 years before he decided to get rid of it. And he wanted $600 for a machine that was 9 years old. And he goes, "It's barely used." I said, "Dude, it doesn't matter. The technology is done. It's gone. You should have used it." Yeah, because the guy offered $200 for it.
We run into guys all the time that say, I got a metal detector. I go out sometime, and the first thing I say is, what do you got? And if they can't tell me the name of their metal detector, I just stop the conversation, because you can't they're not a metal detector. So, it's black. No. If you don't know the brand name of your own metal detector, then you've never used it. Okay.
Yeah. See, I was thinking about going back to the pulse dive. I was thinking about getting one, but then I thought, well, my MindLab Pro 30 pinpointer I have is waterproof. And it has a light and it flashes as it detects, and it vibrates and all that other stuff. So I just can't see the justification of just getting one specifically, getting the pulse dive. I mean, I'm looking at it, you're really considering it, but
well, it actually comes apart and it makes a pinpointer. The
right.
technology, and I hunted with Howard and Dalton. We did an old school permission. I did the video of it, and I was hunting the day before, and my Garrett carrot worked fine, and I showed up at the first signal and turned on my carrot, and nothing happened. And luckily, Howard had his pulse dive in the trunk of his car, and he undid the pinpointer part, and I used Harrow's pulse dive pinpointer as my pinpointer for the day until I got my carrot fixed. It doesn't work as good as a regular pinpointer as a pinpointer, but it does function. But I think the difference, Cecil, is when Howard found that ring underneath the dock in the mucky water, he put that 8-inch coil on it, and he's basically said it was a mini metal detector under the water. It wasn't like you had to have your pinpointer and be real close to an item. It penetrated 6-8 inches into that muck, and they found that ring for that guy. So, Charlie, Rob drops phones very aggressively. Yes, I do, Charlie. They might have some momentum with them as they're going sometimes.
Metal Angle, I have some older ones that did belong to my grandfather, but I used the little cheapy MindLab ones. What cheapy MindLab ones? MindLab's the Pro Series, they're not cheap.
Yeah, that's what Janine's saying. Howard's wife, Janine. We love the pulse dive. We've used it in 3 of our videos. I know, Janine. I've watched them, and it's worked great for you guys. Bill says it works great. His Vanquish, but it looks cheap. Well, I look back at my MindLab 705 now compared to the Knox, and I think my 705 looks cheap. But yet that was a $799 machine, and it found me a ton of coins. It found me my first gold ring. So I'm not going to say it's cheap. It found me all that stuff.
Yeah, you know, right, Nick. It does have the ferrous versus the conductive signal. That's one reason why I got it. I think it's a little bit better than the Garrett carrot and anything that Fisher's put out, or the Nocta macro ones. It's actually, to me, it's the top of the line one for pinpointers right now, because it has that ability to detect the ferrous and the other metals between itself. It's like a mini detector itself. I mean, it's not just, there's metal. You know, it's like, okay, the beeps are different, the vibration is different on when different metals. So just like that horseshoe, it was different compared to the clad quarter I found. You know, it was different than the fishing hook I found on the beach. You know, it just, you can feel the difference and you can hear the difference.
Let me grab a couple comments. Mark Grayville, I need a good pinpointer. Were you already talking about that? JR, good morning, JR. I don't need to spend the big bucks on a metal detector. I found more stuff with a cheap detector. Hey, if a cheap detector works for you and you're finding stuff with it and you get to know it, then that detector is good for you. Like Arlene asked, what's the best pinpointer? Oh, Arlene, you're never going to get anybody to agree on that. Everybody's got their own preference, just like Cecil was talking about. But like Cynthia also says, the Garrett seems to be the most popular. It's the one that I told Denise I wanted, and she surprised me when I came back from my trip to Maryland metal detecting. She had a brand new Garrett carrot waiting for me as a surprise gift. That's the one I wanted. I love it. I'm very happy with it.
So my
Charlie,
first
by the time Rob gets to the bottom of the chat, it's going to be next Sunday's stream. You're right, Charlie.
So by time the first pinpointer I got was the Bounty Hunter pinpointer. I can't remember what the name it was, Bullseye or something like that. It was a $55 pinpointer. It worked for a while. And I mean, for a while, 4 or 5 years, I had it. And I finally replaced it this year with the MindLab Pro 35 pinpointer. I don't think I'm going to get another pinpointer or another metal detector in the next 10 to 15 years, unless all of a sudden my channel blows up, I get famous and I can afford it. But so that's why I wanted something that, with the money I had at the budget I had set, I wanted the best that I could get for that price. And that was an all-around machine. So that's why I went with the Knox 800. That's why I went with the Pro 35, which is very hard to find right now.
As of right now, Cecil, there's not another machine in the price range of the Knox that I would rather have right now than the Knox.
Well, there's one for me, and that's it's another MindLab, and it's the gold one that's right around the price that the Knox has, and it's just specifically for gold. The gold monster, I think that's what they call it.
See that that's like you wanting to buy the pulse die, but where would you use it? I couldn't see. I can't. That's the reason I bought the 800, so it has the gold setting, because I can't justify buying a machine just for gold, because the frequency, the rarity of me using it wouldn't be worth it. But yet, as an added feature on the Knox, yes, I paid the extra $200 for that. Real quick here, Mark Gravel says, I have a carrot and I use it for water now. Now it doesn't work very well. Mark, I'll give you my suggestion. Set it out in the sun for a day. My carrot sound went out for a day after I had it in the water, because the speaker apparently got a little wet, and the sound did come back after a day. And I'll be honest with you, that's the same as my Knox. I had a Knox in the water I was doing the golf for like 3 hours in the water, and the next day I went to use my Knox and I had no sound, but I left it out in the sun for about 2 hours the next day, and it dried out whatever, and my sound did come back for the Knox. So Mark, that's my suggestion to you. But yes, they say the carrot is waterproof, but I have gotten one of those wet too. So Metal Anger, I keep going back and forth with my cell phone, the computer. I keep losing internet. Well, fortunately, I'll tell you something. This StreamYard has been so good for that. Cynthia's saying she's got her cheapo knockoff carrot, and it works real well for her.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think what you need to do is look at your research every one that within your price range. Some people can afford the higher up ones. Some people need to stay with the cheaper ones for a while.
See, D just got a good suggestions for Technetics. Get a Delta 4000 for $199 to try the hobby first, and that's it. You got the Vanquish that's as low as that, and you got the models the Simplex as low as that. Jeff, I just put it up there. It should show up any second. I mean, years ago, you could, if you were getting the $99 Harbor Freight or Walmart, you weren't getting the features you're getting in a $200 basic detector now. So when people ask me, I'll suggest one of the three things. Hey, nice NYPD hat, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
All my hats are American.
Well, you must be a popular guy over there.
Over where?
Tommy says the pulse dive with the 8-inch coil is not a pinpointer. That is very interesting, Tommy. I did not know that.
Not to pulse. You can use it as a pinpointer.
Kay says, as much as the Garrett carrot irritated the hell out of me for precise pointing, it is the best one I've seen out there. Kay, the only time I have problems with that for precise pointing is when that item in the ground is so damn tiny I can't find it. Mike says, have a great day. Go dig something. We're burning daylight. That's why we're going to be out of here. Is that your gold, Cecil?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I wanted something that dug gold, that checked, with the Knox, and it's 2 gold settings.
That's what I saw in your video, Janine, that ring was really down there deep in the muck, and you had to stick the coil in the muck to find it. That was a great recovery, Janine. Everybody, that's on the channel, Epic Adventures in Paradise. Go check it out with that great ring recovery down in the muck of the marina. Thank you, Cynthia. I did.
You're welcome, Arlene. Like I said, I set a price for mine, and I researched it and a couple of my friends that are in Idaho, they use it to find nails that they've dropped in their yard and stuff because of the tall grass and stuff. And they just, all right, we're right around here, and they don't use it for detecting anything else.
Really?
Yeah, they use it. Well, they've got a farmland. They've got cows and stuff and all that.
When I worked at Disney and we had a construction site where they were building a new ride that had rubber tires, they had a guy that had one of those 2 foot long magnets with the wheels on it. You pushed around it. You see that you can buy in Harbor Freight, and they made sure that ground got policed for nails and metal debris every night before they started that ride up to make sure that. Because you can't use a metal detector because the whole area is cement and rebar, but they always made sure they used a magnet and swept that ground. And to be honest with you, not to kind of go off on a 90-degree tangent here, that's what brought down the Concorde.
Was it nail?
A scrap piece of metal that the rule with the Concorde is every time a plane took off on that runway that the Concorde used, they had to go police that runway. But the Concorde came in so far fast after another plane took off, they didn't police the runway, and that plane dropped a piece of metal, and the Concorde tire hit it, and it shoved it up into the gas tank, and that's what caused the Concorde to crash. Was a spare piece of metal that the plane kicked up as it was going down the runway. There was nothing wrong with that plane. It was they didn't police that runway for that scrap piece of metal.
Yeah. Metal Angler, I'm going to call the Mine 1111 Go Find 11 a cheap. I mean, it's a great beginner's one. It gets you out there. Save your clad. You can upgrade with that clad that you find,
Denise, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if your machine was $139. If you love it and you just found that silver earring and flew to the beach with it, then good for you, dear. Metal Angler says he got a cheap pinpointer. It works out great.
Yeah, get what you can to get you out there.
This is for you, Rob.
Oh,
Let me put Jeff Solo here. Right there, perfect, Jeff. Look at that.
Nice.
That's if you read the writing, it tells you it is Vespasian.
Okay, and what group was that?
He was Roman emperor from, I think, 79 AD to 89 AD, 10 years.
And you're finding that in your area?
Yeah, today.
Oh, my God.
Good morning, El
Backside.
Chirez detector.
Yeah, good morning, Chirez. Phenomenal, Jeff. Phenomenal. Wow.
So I don't know if I'm trying to take credit, but the Garrett carrot.
Mm-hmm.
Many years ago, when I went to Garrett in Garland, I've been twice to Garrett in Garland, but the first time I went, he looked at some of my videos, and my first pinpointer was a black one. They only had black ones at one time, if you can recall that time. But I covered and I've still got it. I covered my black one in day glow orange sticky tape. So if I ever lost it, I could find it easy. And Garrett saw that and said, that's a good idea. And not long after, the Garrett carrot came out.
See, you should be getting royalties for that, Jeff.
Too late. Yeah, I had something to do with the dry glove system in diving to do as well. But I never got anything for that. It don't matter. My name's on it there. I know it's true. But,
there you go.
Talking about metal detectors, it don't matter which metal detector you got. They all give you a signal if you run it over something metal. know, and it's what works.
So you just have to get to know the sound. It's funny. Like I say, I give Shane so much credit. See it my way one for detecting being blind. But there's a lot of times when you're like Cecil talked about the white noise of beach. When you're walking the beach and you haven't had a signal in a little while, and you're kind of daydreaming, and you're not really paying attention to your machine. It's the sound that catches your attention, not the DVI stream.
Right,
it's the sound.
exactly right. Yeah. I mean, I had a Garrett AT Pro for years, and it was an absolutely fabulous machine. It found silver hammers better than anything I've ever used, even up to today. It was fabulous at finding silver hammers. And the only thing was I started getting a lot of shoulder problems, Rob. And I switched over to the Deus. And that I even went to the doctors with my shoulder problems. The AT Pro is just a wee bit too heavy. And but the Deus is so light, my shoulder problems gone without any surgery or anything. And
Now,
that's why
who's the Deus made by, Jeff?
It's a French company, isn't it?
XP.
I don't normally like anything French, but the Deus is good. It is a good machine.
Is it Deus made by XP?
Sorry,
okay,
XP Deus.
so it's its own company. Okay.
Yeah, it's XP Deus, yeah. French company. Like I say, I don't like anything French, not even the language, but
Yeah,
it's not
okay.
a bad machine. Shoulder problems have gone, and it finds stuff. If you'd seen the stuff I found in the last 3 weeks, you'd go nuts. But I haven't put it up yet. It's not up yet. So, but found some really fabulous stuff. But as I say, any metal detector would have found what I found. But that one
So
just.
let me ask you, Jeff, as a seasoned metal detector, do you think then, like you just made the comment, any metal detector would have gone over and beat? Do you think the difference then is the depth?
I will say I've got a Knox too, 800. My deepest finds ever I found with the Knox. I've got a few problems with it at the moment. I'm trying to iron those out. But I got 2 absolute super finds with the Knox that I'm sure other machines would not have picked up. One was at 60 centimeters. For you guys in the USA, that's 2 foot. And the other one was 40 centimeters. That's about 14, 15 inches.
Yeah, see, I've never gotten a signal. Well, of course, I've never been anywhere to get a signal at 2 feet, but I have easily picked up an aluminum can on Clearwater Beach at 16, 18 inches.
Right.
And with the Knox, because that's
yeah.
And then on dirt, for some reason, that Knox seems to find to love old steel pipes or iron pipes that are down there from the 20s and 30s. I'll get a nice signal, and I'll keep digging and digging, and then put that pinpointer down there, and then that pinpointer screams, and then I put my shovel in and it hits that big old pipe that's been down there for 100 years, and we get to the point on our properties here, Jeff, since we're not old like you are. We have, we mainly hunt 1900. Not you old, your property, your ground. I don't mean you, sir.
I'm just going to delete you from the channel now.
No, I mean the ground we hunt in the state of Florida. I mean, we weren't. Most of your houses that are still standing are built in the early 1900s. So if we get on a 1900 to 1920 house, we're on old property, and it's just they've still got all those old cast iron pipes down there from the plumbing.
Yeah,
when they
sure.
first started putting plumbing in. And for some reason, that Knox just seems to love finding that stuff 18 inches down. Because I know if I'm digging more than a foot, I just know it's not going to be a coin. I have never found a coin in the state of Florida a foot deep. Okay, I just haven't.
Right. I have with over here.
Oh yeah. I mean, but you have the history that there's been civilizations on that ground for 1,000 years.
Every machine's got its plus and minuses, Rob. What I found with the Knox, for example, I've just told you I found my 2 deepest finds ever with the Knox. But also, I find that maybe it's the size of the coil. It's quite a big coil on a Knox 800. And the Deus is a lot smaller, maybe like 10 inch across or something, or 9 inch across. And when I find something, when I get a target with the Deus, normally I can dig it out in one shovelful, and then you try your plug, and it's normally in there. 9 times out of 10, it's normally in there with the Deus. With the Knox, I find to do more digging. I'm having to take 2 and 3 and 4 shovels full out before I find it. It don't seem to pinpoint it as accurate. So what I'm trying to say.
Which one's that? The Knox?
with the knocks. Yeah,
I agree. I agreed.
it makes me work harder.
Yes, I have trouble with my pinpointing the knock. Sometimes I think it's me, but I'm glad to hear you say that, sir.
Yeah. It just makes me work harder. I dig more with the knocks.
Now, do you have the 6-inch coil?
On the knocks, now I've got the standard one that comes with
Okay, and that's what I have. But the two guys I dig with, Dalton, Florida Knox, and Dirt Troll and Troy, they both use the sniper coil, the 6-inch coil, and we were doing a park Friday. And when Dalton gets a signal and says that's a silver signal on there, and he digs it, he doesn't miss. I miss coins. Even with that 11-inch, I'll dig a hole, resweep it, and it's 2 inches to the right of where I dug. That doesn't happen with those guys when they use that 6-inch coil.
Right, yeah. So it's covering a smaller area. That's why. Yeah, but I mean, like I said, everything's got its plus and its minuses. I've had no shoulder problems since I've been using the Deus. It's light as a feather, but you can't break them easy. You can throw them around and everything. They're quite. What's the correct word? I guess.
Rugged.
Yeah, it's a good rugged machine. Yeah.
I've got the 6-inch, and I like the 6-inch for pinpointing better than the 11-inch. The 11-inch doesn't quite get it.
I'm heading to Tallahassee to hunt with Charlie, digging it back in 2 weeks. Denise has a lady friend, a girlfriend, who has a 1934 house. And like I say again, Jeff, I know these don't sound old to you, but it's old to us here.
No, I know. I don't take the piss out of you for stuff like that. Really, I know, and I keep saying it, and I've said it on here before. I know that a Civil War bullet means as much to you as a Roman coin does to me, because it's part of your history, and that's what you're going out for. You're going out for your history. I know you like our history. It's impossible not to like it. Well, it's when I say
you can't compare them. We can't. We can't be. I mean, we can be envious of you, but we can't get upset that you find that, because we're not going to find that here.
No, of course you're not, and I don't get upset over that. When I come, I've been in the States. I've been detecting in Texas, and I was happy as a pig in shit when I was digging quarters up. Really, So
my one time in England, Jeff, I don't know if I told you this story when you were in the chat one time. When I blew off my last semester of college and I hiked across Europe, and I stayed with a guy in Brighton, England. That's what I used as my home base. And we were pub hopping one night, and we were playing not pool. What's the game? Snooker. Of course, I didn't know the rules of snooker, so I was losing money left and right. But we were playing, and some guy said, "So, do you go to university?" I said, "Yeah, I took this semester off to come on this trip." And he says, "What do you study?" And I said, "I'm studying American history." And the guy said, "Oh, so that's like 2 classes?" And the entire bar cracked up, because they all thought it was hilarious, because we're the new world. We have no history like you guys have that go back centuries.
Yeah, I know. Look, Rob, that's really unfair. And if I'd have been with you, I would have given him a trapful. About that. I don't get me wrong. I had one guy having a go at me in America, in New York. One guy having a go at me, and if they throw a pound of shit at me, I'll throw £10 back, and I let him have it, and he soon clammed up. He was just giving me crap because I was a Brit. Some people don't like Brits in America because of what happened 250 years ago. I say, good luck to you. I'm glad you got your independence. Otherwise, we'd have been in the shit in World War II and III.
But see, thank you for recognizing that, and thank you for understanding history. There's so many people today that want to do revisionist history, but I mean, yeah, you're our closest allies now. I mean, we're the best of allies, and
I know we are.
So how can I get mad at you for what the hell happened 250 years ago? Because it shaped both of our countries, and it led to what the great thing that happened in World War II with the great victory. So
yeah, I'll tell you something now, Rob. My dad was in World War II in North Africa, and in the invasion of Salerno. And I spoke with Demon Rat an hour or so ago, and I showed him a book that my dad's in, and it's here. Right, my dad, when I was a kid.
Well, hello, Mike Doyle.
he gave me a magazine, and this magazine showed him running down off a landing craft at Salerno. And if you look at the photo, when he showed me the photo in this magazine, it was really old and tatty. And I'll keep this really quick, but because of an American guy, he told me about a website where I could find stuff for my videos that was royalty free, and I went on that video site because of the American guy, and I found this book, and it was the very same photo as the photo in the magazine that my dad gave me, and that guy there, the third one back, is my dad running down the drop back. And if you look there's two American GIs with Mae Wests on and American helmets. So, and that was called Operation Avalanche, and my dad was with Americans in Operation Avalanche. Now, the point I wanted to get to you was that
That's way cool.
I'm proud of my dad. Of course, I'm proud of my dad. But he'd got this thing about Americans. My dad had this thing about Americans. And I think I know why. It's because my mother was going out with GIs in Nottingham during World War II. And it pissed my dad off. So he had this thing. And I had really bad arguments with my dad. And I said, Dad, don't blame a whole country for what one guy did, or whatever. Would have been in trouble with that American.
That big box that's up by the arm, the control box, down to a decent size. I just wish the screen was just maybe a little bit bigger on them. But I think all the weight now is just down in the shaft and the coil. But with the carbon fiber shafts they have out now, it's all the coil now.
Yeah, Jeff, Nick agrees with you. The Deus with the HF elliptical is ultralight.
I was just reading it. Yeah, he's right. It is ultralight. My shoulder problems have disappeared since I've had that Deus. Disappeared. I can go all day long, get no problems.
Yep, and he's also agreeing with you here. The Equinox pinpointing is not in the same league as the Deus. See, Nick's hunted a long time like you, Jeff, and he's tried a lot of machines too.
Yeah, me too.
So,
I had 8 machines not so long back. I've sold a couple now.
Yeah, Frankie is gone. Mike Doyle, you're in Vancouver, Washington. You're not that far from me. I'm down here in Corvette.
And a few, and started telling us stories about when there was a time when the shop fell in hard times, that his son was using an airplane and running marijuana loads in from South America, and he was telling us all kind of stories. Oh yeah, he was telling us all kinds of Fisher family stories.
Yeah, but I went in that museum down there, and there's solid gold chains. I don't know, 50 foot long. There's gold bars, gold coins. Oh, your eyes start popping out, Rob, when you start seeing that.
Well, you know what's funny? I'm gonna give something away of myself here. I'm a big fan. I'm a huge fan of the Ancient Aliens show that we have on the History Channel here. No, thank you though. And on one of the episodes, there's a thing down near Miami, it's just north of Miami, called the Coral Castle.
Yeah, I know about it.
Have you heard about that? And they still have on display that multi-ton door, that swivel door.
One man installed it on his own.
Yes, one man, and supposedly he had that black box on top of the one pole that supposedly levitated things or took the weight away, that wound up disappearing after he died. Well, it's still got that big multi-ton door there that you can push with just one finger.
Yeah,
and it opens. So the next time I get down to Key West, not only am I going to go see Mel Fisher's museum, I'm going to go see the Coral Castle.
Yeah, you should do. I haven't been to see that, but it was from Croatia or something down that way, or from Eastern Bloc country, I think, the guy that built it.
Yes, he was a foreigner, yes.
Same as, I was at what's name's place not long ago. Nikola Tesla. He was from Croatia, and I went down to see an American friend who's married to a Croatian woman, and he's in Germany now. He's special forces weapons stuff, and he's a good mate of mine. And he offered me to go down to Croatia diving, and one day he says, "We're not going diving today. Get in the car." and he drove for about an hour and a half, and he took me to Nikola Tesla's birthplace, and I found that very interesting. I don't know if I did a video on that, but he ended up in America, and the FBI confiscated a lot of his stuff because he came out with some absolutely brilliant inventions while he was in America. I think he died in New York in an apartment.
He died in a hotel room in New York. Yes.
Yeah, stone broke.
Yep. A lot of people don't know about Tesla and don't give him the credit for a lot of the things. I mean, we use his alternating current today. It wasn't Edison's direct current that got used. We use Tesla's. Every plug and every piece of electric we use is Tesla's, not Edison's.
Yeah, Edison tried to discredit him and said,
"No, numerous times with the frying of the elephant." That's exactly right. But apparently, we did to our stream to other people.
Who cares about the stream? Mine's just spinning in circles.
Yeah, Jeff.
I just found that interesting.
Refresh here, and we're back now that there's 5 of us.
It's Shane's fault.
Yeah, let's blame Shane.
The case is, at least all 3 of us are smiling in the freeze frame.
I guess we came back. It ended at 11 anyway because I'm going detecting today.
Yeah, so 10 minutes.
7 of us in here, so thank you, Rob, for hanging in while we froze up there because we didn't know it on our end. We were just all talking away. Yep, see, it's freezing up again. So let's go ahead and cut this off here, guys, and hopefully everybody goes over to Marlins. And Jeff, we'll have you and Cecil on next week, buddy.
All
righty, guys.
Okay, guys.
Jeff, have a good one.
DCJ.
All righty, guys.